Yep. I hear it. I hear what they're doing. They're kind of doing a back and forth thing a little bit. Yeah, what's good, job? Back at it again with another reaction. If you're new to the channel, my name is Shadiq, and you're now locked into KRXOVR Media. I'm really happy to finally get a chance to listen to this one. I've been on a little bit of a break, trying to catch up on my schoolwork and everything. I'm around that final season. I got like 3 final projects for grad school, so it's kind of been taking up a lot of my time. So I'm gonna be releasing this one as a Sunday series video. That way I don't have to edit it too much. But the fact that M1llionz was talking kind of spicy, he was saying he spun SL on this, so I'm just like, all right. The fact that he's speaking so confidently, and the fact that this one is actually around 1 million views at the time of me listening to it, right? That goes to show this is gonna be a really good song. And M1llionz, he's been a really good artist. Everything I've heard from SL so far has been pretty good. So I don't want to hold y'all too much longer. Let's get it. I'm liking this beat already. I think SL did a collab on Unknown T too. It was called Gentleman, I think that's what it's called.
Yeah.
M1llionz Clarks. Oh, that's SL with the Clarks.
By the time I move off, I was on the strip trying to rake it. Get home yard and I watch some boondocks. Pretty one says she wanna come crib. Blindfold thing till she takes her shoes off. Sweetest thing. Blow my stick while I'm blowing my moon rocks.
And the fact that he's... Okay, what's about to go on with those slides? Number one, the fact that he said blindfold and then the woman in the... I think it looks like an elevator set right behind him had a blindfold on, but hearing his flow, I can hear how M1llionz is about to come through on this one. Like, it's something about it. Like, I could just hear M1llionz's voice in my head.
Till she takes her shoes off. Sweetest thing. Blow my stick while I'm blowing my moon rocks. Yo, we just cool off. Don't move yet, got a sell by the park for one of the dark and 2 rocks. Told that girl you ain't stay for long, so there's no point relaxing and taking shoes off. Yeah. I never met El Chapo. I wonder if they're gonna do this thing where they're gonna like reference pieces of each other's verses, or maybe like have a thing that they both kind of touch on, because in his previous verse, SL just said something about like before she takes her shoes off or something like that, and then he just said something about take your shoes off. So I wonder if they're gonna do that later on. Told that girl you ain't stay for long, so there's no point relaxing and taking shoes off. Yeah. I never met El Chapo, was a youth on the hood that I first got food from. Look. First got food from Big Bro. I was out here, I was doing my job. Then I hit a lick, no bingo. Took a quick pack off a foolish fuck. Nigga, why not? Me, I need cash, you got stuck on my prof. I was like, damn, I need to better my stack. This beat has a lot of personality and I like that. Foolish fuck. Nigga, why not? Me, I need cash, you got stuck on my prof. I was like, damn, I need to better my stack. You was like, damn, I need to better my watch. Yo, you bought drawers and cut no hammers and all honesty, bro. You doing it? Yep. I hear it. I hear what they're doing. They're kind of doing a back and forth thing a little bit, because SL just said something along the lines of like, pretty much what it sounded like he was trying to say is that your priorities ain't straight with your money. And then M1llionz just came through and said, you got jewels instead of hammers, something. So it sounds like they're going to be doing this thing where like the verses that are next to each other are going to have some kind of a common element somewhere in the verse. Nigga, why not? Me, I need cash, you got stuck on my prof. I was like, damn, I need to better my stack. You was like, damn, I need to better my watch. Yo, you bought drawers and cut no hammers and all honesty, bro, you're doing it backwards. Machines get cut, bingo, wits get cupped and so the bullets and stubbers. Told my bro when you're checking for CCT, make sure you check homes and cameras. So you're up and you never want to creep it, that's a lucky move, should have took advantage. Yeah. I don't like the slides on this one. I hear what they were trying to do with it, but it's just like, I could have did without it. Like, I get it, but yeah. And I'm liking the visual. I appreciate when artists actually put effort into the visual. Like the fact that they're trying to tell an actual story with it. Make sure you check homes and cameras. So you're up and you never want to creep it. That's a lucky move, should have took advantage. Yeah, nigga, let me advance. YT man, can you miss this swing? Taz in the shank, can you talk his chance? Tesco bag if I got no gym. I can't hit that chick if she got no ass. Jake's pop out, that's a serious sprint. Cause that K9 grips anybody who's last. Sweetest flavors, no fragrance get put in my pot. I was trying to get shout outs to Alex. Wait, and we're gonna reload his verse. You never want to creep it, that's a lucky move, should have took advantage. Yeah, this is Alex there. YT man, can you miss this swing? Taz in the shank, can you talk his chance? Tesco bag if I got no gym. I can't hit that chick if she got no ass. Jake's pop out, that's a serious sprint. Cause that K9 grips anybody who's last. Sweetest flavors, no fragrance get put in my pot. I wasn't trying to get no thought. I was parked outside Steven's spot. Roll with the meanest drop. Still starved off for the regulars. Gelati if you're feeling posh. They come here trying to even odds. Yo, I ain't trying to even odds. And I wouldn't even thought he's not the first person to say something like that, but it worked out. Now if M1llionz comes through and says something about even and odd. Yo, the Jamaicans say that I'm haunted. Cause even when I'm on an island, I'm still trying to rise machines and rusty. Okay, he just said the word even. I'm gonna say if I got that, that would have been okay. He just said the word even. So I'm gonna calm down. Because if you would have said something about odd afterwards.
The Jamaicans say that I'm hearted. Car, even when I'm on an island, I'm still trying to rise machines and brass it. Auntie, they be still pissed with me, didn't sell her a thing that she calls man crosses. Cut my flick shank on the market for times when it's stiff and I can't bring the dog in. M's got the car line and the function, metal detectors must be faulty. Either way, man's cool, man's cozy.
Man said he got it into the function. The metal detectors must be faulty.
The car line and the function, metal detectors must be faulty. Either way, man's cool, man's cozy. Double your good man, produce your rolling. Two men open tree, blacked out stolies. This was the wrong day to wear man stony. Asking hella questions, my man nosy. Going gym every day, won't out when it's 38, so please true pro.
It's good. I was waiting for like what's gonna be the thing that he says that SL kind of reference in his verse, and they both said something about a gym. So maybe I'm reaching. Maybe it's just 100% coincidental, but I don't know.
Asking hella questions, my man nosy. Going gym every day, won't out when it's 38, so please true protein. Yo, I heard my man's rapping now. Yeah. What's he gonna talk about? Footy? What? 1,000 pence in his coach mobile, madman.
Yeah, this back and forth. I want to hear M1llionz do more back and forth with artists. I think M1llionz has the kind of style where back and forths would actually work really well. I think M1llionz and Unknown T could probably do a back and forth. Like it's making me think of like Avengers with like how Unknown T was going back and forth with KO and V9. I can hear M1llionz and Unknown T do that. Like I can hear their voices doing that.
I heard my man's rapping now. Yeah. What's he gonna talk about? Footy? What? 1,000 pence in his coach.
Man said, I heard he's rapping now. He's gonna talk about footy, talking about soccer, like or football, whatever. Like what you got to say?
Yo, I heard my man's rapping now. Yeah. What's he gonna talk about? Footy? What? 1,000 pence in his coach mobile, madman. I don't sell no bookies.
Look, I don't even want them cookies. It smell too weak and a buzz look for me. And she ain't even giving no nookie. But it's so cool. I want her best friend's money.
I can't lie, I'm not too bothered. She holds contraband for a minimal fee. Bad bitch don't ask for no pee, but you just weekly picking some weed.
Damn, bitch, pick up my trees. I build big heads in the trap. I got Kit Kats trying to pick up my leaves. Little nigga, but the first get clean.
Bad bitch don't ask for no pee, but you just weekly picking some weed.
Damn, bitch, pick up my trees. I build big heads in the trap. I got Kit Kats trying to pick up my leaves. Little nigga, but the first get clean. Stack my cash, it's the same regime. 2008 work. Shank in my hand, I don't need no beam.
Niggas getting it mixed. What have you done this lockdown? Corona time, I brought 2 new sticks. I have a probation at High Street Buck, and that's the only time I'm rolling with flicks.
I see why they call it verses. They did the whole back and forth thing, like their offices are next to each other. I get it. This is very well put. It's always groundworks. Whenever something really good conceptually happens in the UK scene, chances are groundworks are going to be involved in some capacity. So in this channel we hold the vowels. That means we're going to get straight into it. I'm giving this one an 8.5. I really enjoyed this. I really love the concept. I like when artists take the extra effort to actually create a concept and do something, especially if you're going to be talking about things that they've talked about in the past or other artists kind of talk about, you know, with regards to drill, for example. Having these kinds of creative elements gives something much more ownable and much more distinct and unique and replayable to the songs. The flows are really the highlight of this song. I enjoyed what they did with their flows. Like M1llionz, he delivered the flow that we know him for. And honestly, if you've been here long enough, you know it was a flow I didn't really like too much. But it just grew on me really and truly. And then SL, he also played around with his flow. I do think that one of the things is kind of really making this one hard to listen to for me and probably SL in general. And it's kind of touching on the replay value part a little bit too. His voice is kind of monotone. It kind of has like, not a lazy flow like Heady One, but it kind of has like a lazy kind of monotone feeling to it. And I don't mean lazy like a disrespectful way, I just mean in terms of like it just stays kind of flat. And I think that's one of those things that really makes it hard for me to really want to listen to his music. Like even with his collab with Unknown T, one of the main reasons why I like it so much is because of the way Unknown T just flies right into his verse. Like he just does this thing where it's like, look, and it's just, all right. You know what I mean? You just gotta pay attention. The beat here had a lot of potential. I love the moments where it switched up, the fact that it wasn't just a static loop or something. I just really think that I could have done without the slides, or maybe it could have been different slides. That's really the one thing that's keeping me from giving this one a 9, because otherwise I enjoyed it. I like the way that it goes from the highs to the lows, and like when it switches in between their verses too, and like they're back and forth, it adds to like the concept of the song. And then lyrically as well, I think what's really the highlight on this one is the fact that they have those moments where, again, if I'm not reaching, right, this was on purpose, those moments where they're touching on something that the other person mentioned in their verse. I don't know if maybe I missed that happening towards the end. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. I don't know. I had to think about it for a split second. But if I did miss it, let me know in the comment section down below. But I feel like I caught that in some of those earlier verses. Like there was the moments when, for example, SL said gym, there's something about a gym bag or whatever, or something about gym, and then M1llionz said something about a gym, and then the blindfold. No, not the blindfold. When SL said something about taking your shoes off, and the M1llionz said something about no point taking your shoes off. So If that's on purpose and it's not just purely coincidental, I like that concept. But otherwise, didn't really do anything super duper like creative lyrically, but the concept adds that extra value to it. And with regards to the replay value, it's really just what I said about SL's voice and the slides that really prevent me from giving this one a higher score. Conceptually, that's probably what's keeping me from giving like a 7.5 to the replay value, because otherwise it isn't really super exciting. But I like the fact that they had those back and forths, the fact that the verses had alternating lengths. It wasn't like just one static, you're gonna go for this, I'm gonna go for this, you're gonna go for this. Like they had the moments, even the moment when SL had the thing where he chimed in the middle of M1llionz verse. Like those are those little things that kind of make the song a little bit exciting, because you're not gonna see that coming, right? But overall, I think it's a good song, and I think that really does deserve the 8.5. But let me know what y'all think in the comment section down below. Who are some other artists you want to hear SL collab with and M1llionz collab with? Who are some producers you think that could probably work well with those collabs? I'm looking forward to hearing what y'all got to say. And as always, hang tight for some more reactions. I do got more of those coming for y'all. But until next time, peace.